So I'm very interested in this particular portion of building a list and kind of throw out the idea of launching or anything like that. Let's just say you're a person who's trying to build a list. You've got some people to opt into your list. What should a decent follow-up series look like? Should you start immediately selling, in your opinion, or should you start to try to build value, or kind of a little bit of both? How does that look?
Again, depends on the list. A product launch list, I firmly believe you've got to build a relationship with those people, because that's the most responsive list. And people have different attitudes. So some people will build a relationship, but I also know people that will just keep selling to that list. And that is always shown in the conversion rate. So you think that 94% conversion rate, he's got a fantastic relationship with his list. He knows how to kind of qualify people and everything else to make the high conversion rates. Whereas some of the top people I also know, and this is not with my attitude, this isn't my attitude with the buyers list, but I've got another buyers list that is built from CPA and some of my other products. My attitude with that is more, I'm just going to sell to them, because It's all about direct return, not building a relationship with them. So the follow-ups, one thing a lot of people don't do is optimize their follow-ups. With my team, I've got one guy that writes my follow-ups. We optimize all the time. We have a sheet. We constantly optimize. A lot of people just set a follow-up series and leave it. Okay, that's one of the biggest things you can do, is optimize it. So optimize for clicks, opens, sales, whatever your main goals are, and constantly moving about, constantly change subject lines, change the content. A hell of a lot of people don't do that.
Yeah, because I mean, what you're talking about is the dreaded four-letter cuss word in working for yourself, which is work. It takes work to do those things, and you know what? I'm guilty of that, mostly because I'm not afraid of the doing the work, but just because of ignorance, And when I started out in this business, I just kind of bought into some of the hype that is in our industry, and there's a lot of hype in this industry, and most of the time it's more of just clever headlines that you don't know any better on how to read past what it's actually telling you. But that's how they get you in. That's how they get you sucked in. And then, of course, the great divide ends up happening in this. Either you're going to continue to stick with it and spend a ton of money all the rest of your life, essentially, until you get jaded, or eventually you're gonna look past all the nonsense and you're gonna say, all right, I know this works. I know what I'm doing currently is not working. How do I adjust and refocus my efforts in order to make this work? And that's kind of I'm kind of at the end of that crossroad now. Is I finally saw the tunnel. I saw the light at the end of the tunnel, and I said, all right, this is what I needed to do in order to start changing it. And about 8-9 months ago, things started changing for the better, because I started paying attention a little bit more to what actually does work, how to actually build an online business. And it's made all the difference, guys. It's made all the difference. And if anybody tells you it's not going to be hard work, is lying to you. Okay. Now, there's a difference between tasks being simple and things being difficult and hard work. Okay, those are two different avenues. Okay, I can work hard, but the things still be simple. It's just going to be a lot of work behind it. Simple little tasks build up, and you have to do a lot of these simple little tasks, but you've got to connect them together. You've got to find the puzzle pieces and put them in the right spot. I mean, there is a lot of moving parts to this business, and if you're not prepared to actually do the things that are required of you to make a successful business out of this, you're gonna find yourself broke and disenfranchised with the entire business, because you're gonna think everybody's just out to get my money, and that's not the case. That's not the case.
What a horrible it's almost like victim attitude, like you heard, the victim mindset. It's almost like that. The thing that done it for me was simply, I realized you have to, and hopefully this will ring in some people's minds a bit and stick with them for a while, is you have to stop being a consumer, become a producer. Like, once I realized that, for me, that was kind of right. I need to stop consuming stuff and I need to produce stuff. Like, I know that sounds completely bizarre, but it doesn't matter what you produce. A lot of people think I know, you know, I've got this game plan in my head. They know what I'm doing. I've got, you know, I just magically pick something up and it works, or magically pick up and it doesn't, whatever. But I just take so much action that stuff works. That's really, for me, been the secret, is I just take so much action. And now I've got a team of people. I can take more and more action, which means I reach more failures, but I also reach more successes. And that's really kind of where having the team makes you realise this. You're still going to mess up. You're still going to waste. I mean, I've wasted tens of thousands this year on stuff that just didn't work. But I've got new business models that I can teach traffic domination. One of them is a buyer's list. One of the things I've sort of done over the last year and a half, 2 years, is a buyer's list from other traffic sources.